See if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. Throwing Russell. Trying to burn this defensive back. Snags it on the right. Across midfield, down to the 41-yard line as the huge play has this offense rolling. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again, and why not? And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Plenty of distance between him and the sticks here on 2nd down. Got his man in the middle. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Russell. Finds his big tight end. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. And if guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels, and now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
On the ground, and he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama!
And that's exactly what the offense needed right there. A touchdown here, and I know it's taken a while. They hadn't had a lot of success up until that moment. Late in the 2nd quarter, they finally were able to punch one in the end zone, and that's going to give them some confidence now to take into the locker room here shortly at halftime, but they've got to play much better in the 2nd half.
And he's going to bring this one out. And the ball's free, deep in his own territory. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back.
Whew, that's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball with it.
First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Buck Bothwell. And he's not going anywhere as this defense has no plans to give up a big play before the half. Now the play fake. Using his feet to buy time. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. The offense changing the play. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Defense has it, they're on the move. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, we are beginning to see a little separation in the standings. The Week 5 edition of our update show. We start with a look at the Pitt Panthers taking on the number 24 team, the Virginia Tech Hokies. And it's Pitt able to pull off the upset by just a score. Going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings. And with that W, they get back above 500, 3-2 now on the season. And now we take a look at some of the other games going on around the nation on another wild day of college football.
Tight end now in motion. They'll start on the ground with Buck Bothwell. Turning it on! Building momentum momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Taylor wants to throw. Buying some time. The throw. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
My old coach always used to say, don't turn a bad play into a catastrophe. He got flushed outside the pocket. Listen, it's okay. You can throw an incompletion. Don't create a turnover. Don't try to force it. At least the quarterback took care of the football.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Pulls it in. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. Handoff, Fluff Bothwell. He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Direct snap. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And the quickest way to blow up the run game is those interior big boys, those defensive tackles getting in the backfield really quickly and making that ball hurt.
Man, that D tackle was in the backfield in a hurry. The big man is nimble.
Nimble, fast, quick, athletic. That's just all words you describe defensive linemen.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Quick release by the QB. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Sets up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
Now on the move. Finding some room. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On design runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and he finished it with a scintillating 28-yarder to the house. He'll bring it out. It's Rodgers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Tide ready to roll on offense. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Gets it out quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Delay to the back. It's Hill. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And nice job on second down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
Good timing on the quick out. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
It has not been a banner performance so far by this offense. Here in the second half, they need more plays like that. That's a good sign, but you got to be able to put those plays back to back now. Really nice job early in the drive coming up with a big one in your own end. But now you've got to be able to string some of those along now and score some more points.
Snagged out of the air. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
And, man, I want to see more of that. Like, I want to see more of this offense being aggressive, taking shots on early downs. It doesn't have to be run, pass. Like, being a little bit more diverse. They've struggled today to find big plays. That's a big one there.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Russell on play action. Lets it fly. And his throw is incomplete. If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this third down in Starkville. Again, it's Russell. He tries to take the top off. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking. Now, you've got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Can't hang on, he muffs it. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession.
And that was almost a huge mistake by special teams. On the punt return, fumbling the football, they are so lucky that they jumped on that ball, that their offense is now going to take the field, because that could have been disastrous.
They'll start on the ground with Fluff Bothwell. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets to the 14. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Taylor wants to throw it. Makes the grab on the left. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field. Really good decisions by the QB.
The Tide will have to call their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Fluff Bothwell again. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third down, here's Bothwell. And they'll get nothing going on this one either, at least back to the line of scrimmage, but it is fourth down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. He gets a block. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. He just about took that one all the way to the house. They finally get him down after a tremendous return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. It's complete to the right.
And in this situation late, when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Big tight end makes the grab, 1st down, still on his feet. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Keelan Russell can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel.
Touchdown Tide! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Alabama calls its 2nd timeout of the half. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and it was capped off with the 8-yard run. And he's not going to take the touchback. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. They'll start on the ground with Fluff Bothwell. Picks his way ahead, pick up of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And this defense and their team, honestly, has just built some momentum here in this 4th quarter, man. And I'm interested to see this offense and if they can respond, if they can be physical, if they can run the football, they can make some plays here in this 4th quarter.
They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Taylor wants to throw. Got him. There he goes. It's a game of 1st downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the 4th quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Here's the gift to Bothwell. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. On target to the left. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the first down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Six-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. This is a designed run. That'll be enough to give Mississippi State a fresh set of downs.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball, because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. A run for the quarterback. Maybe a crease. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. Handoff, Fluff Bothwell. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Now on 2nd down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a first down. On the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Let's see what the offense dials up on 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Bothwell. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch. Guess they wanted to make sure they rubbed a little salt in the wound here down the stretch.
And it's your job to stop it. Keep playing football. I like it when the offense keeps the foot on the accelerator. It's your job. If you don't like it defensively, do something about it.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Throwing Russell. He wants a big play here late. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. This is Gaylord Oklahoma Memorial in Norman. It's the Kentucky Wildcats and the Oklahoma Sooners. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Thanks, guys. The Wildcats head coach told me before the game, this is a crucial moment in their season. They've got to decide what type of team they are. They're finding ways to lose close games, and they've got to get their first win in conference play. Coach says it's crucial that they get off to a good start here today. He wants focus, communication, and more dominance and physicality at the line of scrimmage. I'll keep you posted on how they look down here from the field level to start the first quarter. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. The Wildcats offense has the ball first today. C.J. Baxter, he is a steady, reliable, consistent force in this attack.
And you got to love this guy's speed. And to me, David, that's the one thing that really separates him from most other running backs in college football. There are so many guys at this level that can make you miss, and they can get in the second level, they can run through tackles, catch the ball, block, all that stuff. This guy, though, has home run breakaway speed. If he gets past your second level, he's out.
And you see defenses take angles on him, and he just outruns them. Like, he's just got that extra gear that's different, that scares you. You can tell people are trying to play so fast to try to catch up. So, number one job for this defense, man, try to make him play in a phone booth, right? Like, don't let him get out in space and get matchups like on a linebacker. Not a good matchup from you. You will lose that.
Caught in the backfield, it's Baxter. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you got dialed up on third.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Pulls it in down the sideline. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And this offense talked about coming into the game, creating those explosive plays, being great on third down. Check, check. Both of those plays happen on the first drive, and they come through already in a great rhythm to start this football game.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find your rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And right away early in this game, first drive, you're seeing the big storyline here. It's this quarterback's speed versus the defense and who's going to win the day. And I love the tone the defense is setting here. They knew coming in they were going to have to find a way to corral this guy, and they're able to get home early, really creating some momentum on their side.
So Oklahoma's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. I'm not sure how much they're going to want to go after this guy because very few have had success throwing his way. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Found some space and crosses the 10 out to the 11. It's a pickup of 6.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Wants to throw. It's Mateer. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
You've got a 3rd and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. They'll try to get the first through the air. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped at the 15. It'll be a first down, and this defense misses an opportunity to keep them backed up close to the goal line. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Looking for a deep man. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
That's a really great play by the defender. We obviously know the defense gave up a ton of points there last time out. Coaching staff told us, David, they wanted to be more aggressive this game. And here you go. The opening drive of the game. Great job by the defender that time, breaking on the ball, swatting it away, and trying to send a message to the offense.
Well, and sometimes the defenders, they're trying to make plays. They're trying to catch it. A lot of times because of that, they misjudge the football. I like knocking it down, making sure the receiver doesn't catch it. They were challenged all week about a negative performance a week ago. Good to see them come out early with some energy and making some plays.
Gonna look downfield again. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Quarterback gets the first down and more. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. The Sooners have this offense rolling. To the air on first down. Finds his back in the middle. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Nice complementary football we're seeing from this team here early. Defense did their job in the opening drive, and now your offense is doing their job too. Really nice throw that time by the quarterback. You've got to love what you're seeing on both sides of the ball.
Sends it downfield. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there. After the incomplete pass, there is a player still down, and they'll come out to check on him. That is the freshman defensive end that they're very excited about. They're hoping that he's able to return to the game shortly. This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. How about that pursuit? They stop him right at the line of scrimmage, bringing up 4th down. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. And the Sooners pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Working that left side now. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
This guy is lightning fast. Did you see him come out of the break on the slant? QB got it to him early. What a weapon.
The Sooners go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Looking downfield on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Robinson. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere, and you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. He wants to go deep. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away. The Sooners will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here, only called on one time in that loss last week. The Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Gives it on the option. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16. Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it, though.
Punt is in the air on fourth down. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. This time working from much better field position in their first possession. They'll start on the ground with Robinson.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Going to throw it over the top of the D. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
And that's not a surprise. When a QB lines up and sees man-to-man coverage on his guy that runs so fast on the GPS that it's speeding in a school zone, like this dude can absolutely roll. He sees man coverage, tries to take advantage of it. They don't execute on that play. But if you want to play that defense, I think you'll get that pattern a lot from that guy.
Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. He's got it down the middle. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Sooners decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Wildcats come out to get things going on offense. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense. They're allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
They'll go right back to the run. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
It's going to be really interesting to watch Kentucky this year offensively, and I think running the ball is going to be critical. Will Stein now the new head coach, and he brings in C.J. Baxter at running back from Texas, David, a guy that was so highly recruited coming out of high school, had some injury issues early on during his time at Texas, but he has tremendous upside. And if he can stay healthy, this running game, I think, can take off.
Take off, game-breaking. They fortify the offensive line in the transfer portal. They've got to get back to that physical ground game. And you're right about Baxter. This guy was all-world, everything recruit. Lightning in a bottle, can make those big plays. Look forward to watching this Kentucky offense hopefully get a bounce back and get some spring in their step.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Some misdirection with the counter. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
Well, he got you 2 on 1st down. He got you 2 on 2nd. 2 won't get it done on 3rd. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here and stay on the field.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That's caught. It's Rodriguez. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line. And the Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Hand off for Baxter. Picks up the 1st down. There's a crease. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the 1st half. And the Wildcats trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He's got it. Could not make his way to the corner.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. Could not find a hole. This defense clogging up everything. It's 3rd and goal. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. Now a timeout call by the Sooners. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. 4th down and goal from the 3. Can the defense get a stop? They'll run it with Baxter. And that's not going to come close as the defense stops him well short of this 1st down. The Sooners are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. They'll start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. At the 50. Might have a chance. He's at the 50. At the 30. 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
I mean, let's go. That's a day's worth of yards right there on one carry. The home run hitter takes the snap, gets the football. He does the rest, shows off the speed, taking it 90-plus yards to the house.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Hey guys, down here on the Kentucky sideline, I can tell you this crowd has played a factor early in this game. On the road, in a hostile environment, they have not been able to get going in this game. They have failed to score, not productive on their early drives, and they are talking about how the crowd noise is impacting them. I see them talk to each other, trying to...
Makes the catch, and he's free. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. One big play, and now they've got it at the 42-yard line on 1st down. He goes right back to the air. Gonna take a shot, and it's incomplete. If you're gonna take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
right to throw, time running short in the half. Pulls it in, it's Rodriguez. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The pass is incomplete and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls in.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. On fourth down, trying to find his man. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We begin with a look at North Carolina taking on the number 14 team, the Duke Blue Devils.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Holly, what did you find out coming from the locker room?
I caught up with Oklahoma's head coach coming out of the locker room. This home crowd is fueling their running game every single time the running back gets the rock. They are going crazy. The ground game has been good, and they're going to continue to ride the momentum of this home crowd.
Okay, Holly. Moves up to the 34-yard line. Give him a 10-yard pickup.
I can imagine at half, this defense was like, all right, we've got to stop the running game. He's gotten too many yards. What do they do on the first drive now? They give him the football, and he makes another big gain. This defense has to find some answers. They got to wrap him up. They got to get him on the ground. They can't keep getting gashed.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To throw, it's Mateer. With the catch, it's Sategna. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
And the Sooners are facing 3rd and inches. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And that's got to be so frustrating for this defense. Man, he's already over 100 yards. Like, they're going to continue to feature him, especially on 3rd down. And so far, this defense, they can't find the answer. They can't get him to the ground. They've got to find something to slow this dude down.
Bringing the heat. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Finds his man. It's Harris. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Quick completion on the out. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. The Sooners, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll send the tight end in motion. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air, it's Mateer. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you can tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
Kentucky right back to the line.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat
On
on.
third down, here's Baxter. And that's not going to be a first down. He stopped just millimeters away from moving the chains. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Xavier again. There's some room. He stopped just short of his own 20-yard line, but it is enough for the first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
A lot of yardage in front of them. 1st and 10 from their own 19. To the air, it's Mateer. That's caught. It's Sategna. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one.
Well, he's able to make it easy after that catch, and I think his speed is something that just scares DBs to death. And you think about great Oklahoma receivers recently, guys like CeeDee Lamb, Sterling Shepard, Hollywood Brown. DBs gave them so much cushion because they were afraid they were going to get run by, and I think that's how defenses treat this guy too. With his speed and his playmaking ability, he scares you to death, and that cushion helps him out tremendously.
A designed run for the quarterback. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. And now after losing the fumble, there is an injured man on the field. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So first down will open up the final period. They'll start this drive going to the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Gilmore. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. New set of downs after the completion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He finds a soft spot in the middle. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. They'll run it. It's Baxter. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, he'll throw it. They're working that left side. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And, man, this offense needed that. They've got to get it going. That clock is ticking. They've got 0 points on the game. They've got to put a couple of plays together. There's play number 1. Let's see if they can get a streak going, get down the field, and put some points on the scoreboard.
Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal, that's a win if you're on defense.
They'll run it with Baxter. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It's good! And they get a little closer here late in the game.
And look, obviously you would have loved to score a touchdown there, but you did the important thing. Kicked a field goal, you're now within 1 possession. Can your defense get you the football back, and can your offense drive the field and put it in the end zone? This is what you practice for. Let's see if they can go execute, fellas.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
And this is the part of the game where you could really see this guy take over, right? Like, you've got the lead, the big running back. He's physical in the 4th quarter, starting to get a little bit tired. Let's see if he can keep this going.
They'll move the tight end. On 3rd down, here's Robinson. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Now the Wildcats call a timeout. It's their 1st. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Snags it and he's open. They'll stop the clock for an injured Wildcat. The senior defensive tackle being looked at by medical personnel. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on how he's doing. And the Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. Kentucky spends its 2nd timeout here. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the 1st down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
The Sooners have their offense in high gear. Here's Robinson one more time. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Grabbed behind the line, it's Sategna. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A 1st down, and this offense is smelling the end zone.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Here's a heat. This time on target. Oh, got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown! put points on the board. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this two-game slide.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Finds a man on the left. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Using the quick game. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Breaks into the open. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. Got it. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And they did tack on the extra point. The clock is just inside 50 seconds to play. If they don't recover the onside kick, this one is all but over.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Tight end now in motion. Handoff to Xavier. Runs through the tackle. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
Robinson again. Here's a little room there, and a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football.
Throws toward the end zone. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Man, you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it.
And hang on, they are leaving the offense out there. And look, I understand it doesn't add a possession to the lead with the field goal, but I don't know, it doesn't hurt to tack on some points at this juncture of the game. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. It came down to the final quarter, clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this.